Hello, 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 warriors. It is I, B. I have been absent in the oracle reads for a month. I thought it time to hop on and check in with the energies, especially since we're on the 2-2 yo-yo energy. Oh, there we go. So some volume. Let's mute that.
Been absent in the oracle reads for a month.
Mute.
I thought it time to...
There we go. I can still see you in the chat, but we are clearing some energy. This was an impromptu. I didn't let really anyone know that I was going to do this until about half an hour ago. So here we are. We are clearing all of the energy. I have my bedroom window open because here's my studio space in my bedroom, in the womb room. And we are pulling some cards today to find out what the bejesus is going on. The energy is up, it's down, it's up, it's down. Like, what, 2-3 days ago, I was like having a Satori moment. 4 hours, 6 hours of like, I am love, I am one with the divine, everything is fantastic. And then the next day hit and it was like, bleh. Oh, this energy is disgusting. I don't like it. What's going on? It's miserable. So first point of reference is an awakening is a whole lot of wackadoodle, a whole lot of up, a whole lot of down, a whole lot of in between, bouncing around like a yo-yo doing tricks. We are the yo-yo, and God is playing us good. If you don't like the name God, go with Spirit, Creator, Source, the divine, but we are the yo-yo. We are not in charge of the yo-yo. We are the yo-yo. So that is that. This smoke is going to clear away any negative energies, negative vibes. Clear, be gone. Be gone. Dark energy yesterday and this morning. A good bit of that cleared out as had a very good, so news update, had a very good first spiritual warrior support group online meeting. Yes, we had that today earlier on, and if you would like to join the Spiritual Warriors Support Group, that's a really big mouthful, but it's almost as big of a mouthful to say SWSG. It doesn't flow. Swag. Yeah, no, need to come up with a shorter acronym for that or some sort of something. But we had our first ever online support group meeting, and you too can join next week's Spiritual Warrior Support Group. It will be held every single Sunday unless sickness, spiritual awakenings, a bomb blows up my house. Like, I don't know what's going to happen next. Does anybody actually know what's going to happen next? Nobody knows. So in hope that all is going to be going smoothly, I have scheduled the support group meetings for Sundays at 3 p.m., which leaves me time to then come on and do an oracle read for the group. Okay, so if you would like to join the Spiritual Warrior Support Group, the way to do that is to join the Spiritual Warrior Support Group over on Facebook. The link to that is in the description of all my videos, and when you are in said support group, you will receive the weekly Zoom link to assist you. That's the only place that you will get the link at the present moment in time. In the future, at some stage, when I have a functioning website, you will be able to email me and get a link through that. But for the time being, if you want to join the Spiritual Warrior Support Group Zoom online meeting, how's that for a mouthful? The Zoom link will be posted Sunday mornings for you to be able to join us on Sunday afternoons at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Find your local time zone and do a converter. You can go onto Google and convert your time zone to Eastern Standard Time Zone, or the other way around, and find out what time it is. And we on these groups can discuss any of the following topics: addictions and struggles that you may be having as you're trying to quit some behaviors that you don't want to deal with anymore. How about some trauma, inner child wounds, shadow work, any of that, awakening, ascension symptoms, kundalini. How about trauma bonds? We could discuss some of that if you're going through some of those that you're trying to clear out of your life, and or anything else that you want to bring up within that framework. So anything to do with spirituality, awakenings, twin flame journey, healing, all of that. Come on, ask your questions, share your stories, get support from other fellow spiritual warriors, and we'll see where it goes. It's going to develop organically and turn into its own thing. So that was my first meeting. Hello to those that are joining us. First up, I wanted to pull from the Dark Mirror deck. Why? Because the energy's been dark lately. Have you been feeling it dark lately? Yes, it has been dark. We did another dip dive. As I said, we went up into a momentary couple of hours of having this Zen-like love experience that I wanted to hold on to forever. And no, it fell back down into the depths, and it's been dark. It's been dark. Dark and disgusting. Dark, disgusting, and dreary and drab are all the energies. So I'm pulling first, and I've been shuffling. So this is really good to go from the Dark Mirror deck, because we're not scared to go into the dark. Why? Because we are warriors. Oh, we got two cards coming out here, and I'm digging this first card. And I'll be honest, you saw how much I was shuffling that deck. That's crazy. I pulled from the Dark Mirror deck for myself yesterday, and this card came up. It was card number 25, and it is Fated to Suffer. Okay, and I adore this card because it reminds me very much of the fairy tale Snow White. And that delicious poison apple. And who was that apple presented to her by? By the huntsman. Yes, our fairy tales are very bizarre that we tell our inner childs that these are stories of love. Because if you will recall in the story of Snow White, the huntsman, this dude here, the huntsman was hired to kill her. He was not a good dude. He was not the, fairy tale prince, but all of a sudden it's a love story? What? And so no wonder so many women get nonsensical notions in their head that if he just loves me enough, I can change him. I can change him. Yes, I can see his bad boy ways and I can change him. You know what? No, screw that. Take your apple and shove it. We're not going to put up with this anymore. So as we're going through this awakening and we're starting to see the truth behind what people are serving us and what people are presenting themselves as, and we're no longer seeing the veneer of niceness, and we're seeing what's behind that. It's not so pleasant. That apple that is being presented was beautiful. It was the most beautiful, shining, glorious apple in the world, which teaches us that all things that look beautiful could be poisonous. Just because it looks like the most incredible thing in the entire universe, it could be very dangerous for you. And you could be fated to suffer, and or eventually karma can come along and wake up this dude that's like, hey, what the hell am I doing? Why am I being a schmuck? Why am I trying to kill this pretty little lass? Nah, I gotta go do some of my own shadow work and figure out my own shit because, I'm a pretty dirty dog. And so, yes, what we might find here is through the process of suffering, we become awakened to our higher selves, to our better selves, to the selves that our soul wants us to be. And we step away from these archetypical energies of little damsel in distress and No, she's a warrior woman. She can stand on her own 2 feet and do her own things and carry on her own way. And she's not buying no more bullshit and poisoned apples. She's going to go to the local store and get the bag of imperfect apples that taste damn delicious and don't kill her. And he is going to be left on his own to be with his own shadow and see what comes of that. So the path to awakening is through suffering. We have fated to suffer. So karma comes along and teaches us some pretty harsh lessons. Ouch! Yeah. The next one up, which is a little bit funny here, is card number 18, and we have naked before the stars. And I like this, even though it's a little bit erotic. I like this energies because she's on her own. She's saying no to the poison apple, and she is laying herself bare to the stars, to the heavens, to the gods, to the spirits, to the divine, and saying, here I am. I can lay myself bare. I can lay all of my truths in front of you. And that is what we are being called to do on this awakening, is lay ourselves bare. We open ourselves up to divine, wherein we purge, we release, we let go, we reevaluate. And maybe some of the things that we are reevaluating are our connections to sexuality and sensuality and how those play out. Are you the type of person that in your past has, yeah, that was wonderful. Wow, that was so great. When really you're lying and it wasn't so much because, pleasure is something that is uncomfortable or awkward for you, or maybe you're in the opposite energy where there has been a little bit too much pleasure, a little bit too much hedonism, a little bit of blurred boundary lines and not having a sacred sexuality playing out in your life. And we're being called to reorganize, reorient, realign ourselves. In the background, you see all these stars realigning ourselves so that we are in alignment with our sacred sexuality. So sacral chakra coming up into the read, as well as third eye no longer blind. I see you for what you are. I see you for what you're serving, and no thank you, I'm not interested. I'm going to go home and give myself some cleansing baths and spiritual baths and allow myself to be purified, because I'm all that in a bag of chips, is what I am. I am all that in a bag of chips. I don't need any nonsensical fairy tales that offer me poison and huntsmen. Next up, a man forced my Kundalini awakening. Ooh, that doesn't sound very good. If you mean by that that you had a twin flame activation, or he was a catalyst, then yes, that is a common phenomenon for many of us out there. Although it concerns me when you say the word forced, because ultimately at the end of the day, it should be spirit that is forcing. If there was a forcible act involved, I'm sending you all of my love, and I just wrote about this the other day on Facebook. Yes, we need to reevaluate what we can deem acceptable behavior and start taking ownership for unacceptable behavior. So I do hope that you're okay. It was a guru, or in an African community, it wouldn't be tolerated. Oh, okay. Oh, I'm so sorry, sweetheart. And we've got a cat. Okay, so forced forced Kundalini. I'm not sure what you're saying here. Were you something happened against your will? Because a Kundalini in itself is against your willpower. But if you were manhandled in some way, if you want to book an appointment with me and we can have a one-on-one discussion on this, please send me off an email at justbebeing. That's JUST, the letter B. being, BEING, at gmail.com. During the middle of an oracle read is very difficult for me to be able to give you the direct attention that you need to deal with this. If you're looking to report something and you need some guidance on this, as I said, that word forced concerns me. Because how a twin flame situationship normally comes about is that you meet somebody and they trigger or activate in you, not by physical force, but it can, I suppose, in a lot of ways feel like a little bit of black magic or something, because you're like, what is happening? What is going on? What is the sensation that I'm experiencing? But a physical force, a physical, I'm touching you when I don't want, and when you don't want to be touched, is not the same as a regular activation, wherein you meet somebody and you exchange energy through conversation, through perhaps a handshake, perhaps a hug, perhaps making love. Those types of situations that activate a kundalini are not obviously illegal, but from ego's point of view, they can be like, why did I have to meet you? You've turned my life into absolute hell. So please get in touch with me if you need some support through this, okay? Because once the kundalini has been activated, this is your awakening now. That's what this is. This is an awakening, because a twin flame situationship, and I was shuffling the cards here that have two dragons looking out at each other. This is the Dragon Wisdom deck. So I can't stand the term twin flame because it's a misnomer. Twins mean identical. Mirror soul means opposites. What you see in a mirror is the opposite of what you are. It's the opposite image. So it is you. One of the best descriptions I've heard of a twin flame situation is like it's your sock pulled inside out. Okay, so all the inside of your sock is the opposition of the person. So I did a video on this the other day, but I ended up putting it on private because I was really annoyed with my visuals, and I wanted to redo my visuals how I actually see them in my head, but that's going to take a little bit of time for me to do creative. So it is a mirroring situation that comes in and triggers the crap out of you, and I love the fact that because this card here is mirror. They are your mirror. They mirror back to you who you truly are. So when you look in them, you get a soul activation, and then you're like, oh my God, who are you? Wow, you're so beautiful. But who you are seeing that is so beautiful is actually you. You are mirroring yourself back. So the love and adoration and everything that is pouring out of you into somebody else is supposed to be mirrored back to you. Bounce off of them and come back to you, which is why they do like a runner, because it's not them, it's a spiritual happenstance that is occurring that is going to bring about, and I love this, lots of revelations. And I love that it's kind of like, this dude looks a little bit like Legolas and looks, we all love Legolas from Lord of the Rings. He is a gentlemanly sort. So we get in our mind's eye, oh, Legolas. And what we're actually seeing is the Legolas in us, the little wonderful person inside of us. It's our awakening. It's our catalyst. It brings us back to self-love. I do have a twin flame playlist. Do watch that, or please get in touch with me. Because once that kundalini is activated, as many of my followers know, it is an arduous path that brings about lots of revelations about who you really are, what you really are, what you aren't. More to the point, who fits in your world and who doesn't, and your entire reality begins to crumble and collapse. And you will be brought back into alignment with truth. I love this mirror card. If we look at it really closely, we can see in the center like higher self in total alignment, and then we can see fragmented versions of ourselves off to the side. And so a Kundalini awakening is bringing all those fragmented versions of self back into alignment with soul. So if we're out of alignment in any which way, we don't have strong boundaries, we don't communicate our needs, we have codependency, we have narcissistic traits, we have inner bitchy attitudes that like pop up and out of play because we haven't absorbed our shadow. Anything out of alignment with self needs to come back into alignment. So we have multiple rounds of revelations that come into us time and time again, and it's difficult work. It is arduous work. That is why this is the channel for spiritual warriors that are doing the arduous work. I hope that helps. And I am here for you if you need support through this process. Please check out Dark Night of the Soul video and or get in touch with me if you're needing to report something. Okay. He prayed over my womb to have his children. Oh dear. Okay. So I think maybe this is a discussion that is best held privately, if you would like, and we can certainly discuss this. I would practice, if you think that there has been some sort of icky black magic involved or icky narcissistic energy, I do have a narcissistic playlist. Cut cords. Cut cords. Get away from this person if you do not feel safe. Physically, emotionally, spiritually, mentally. Get away from this person. Do whatever it takes to escape from them, and then erect very strong shields and boundaries for yourself. Block them on everything. Get away from them if you do not feel safe. And then on the spiritual world, you need to protect yourself. So you need to do clearings. If you don't know how to do clearings, I'm going to give you one right now. I'm going to hop into, if I can find it very quickly, and this is a good one for everyone out there let me see here. This is what I use, and now I just kind of go with what flows in the moment now, but for a long time I used this as my root course. Okay, so here to clear your energetic contract. I am free from any negative energies that I have subconsciously or consciously attracted through the world around me. Physically, mentally, emotionally, or spiritually, I revoke any energetic permission I have given in the ethereal or physical realms that do not align with my highest path. I have divine protection. You see, I'm a little bit angry. You have to speak these intentions with power. I have divine protection from all negativity attempting to attach to my body and my energy. Okay, so that's clearing your energetic contract. I can post that on the community chat later on if people are wanting a copy of that. It is what I use. Otherwise, I started today's read with white sage to clear the energy, opening the window so that it has an escape route. Clear off the energy yourself, brush your auric field, send it into the earth, dance. I release you into the earth. I release you into the earth. Open a portal of light. Visualize in your mind's eye a portal of light and say, I send you into the light. Cut cords. All the cords that you have attached to other people that you do not want to be having attachments to. Cut cords, cut cords, cut cords. Steve Noble is amazing meditations to help you cut cords, cut contracts, clear your energy, shield. Place yourself in a divine shield of light, a bubble of light. Call in Archangel Michael and say, please assist me in shielding myself. Visualize Archangel Michael's shields in front of each of your chakra centers, or his mighty sword. Pick blue light. Put 1,000 layers of impenetrable light to keep you protected. In these days, these dark days, shielding, clearing, have a salt bath, all of these types of things you need to do to keep yourself protected. You need to clear the energy. Keep yourself protected. Okay? I hope that helped. Voyage is our next card up. So yes, maybe you need to travel and go somewhere. Allow spirit to carry you. We are, when you are on a Kundalini awakening, we are allowing Kundalini to carry us, and our life no longer becomes our own. It becomes surrender, surrender, surrender. So what we have here is whale energy coming through, and we have a big, huge whale carrying the inner child, okay? So this is telling me we have some inner child work to do to raise ourselves up out of the emotional landscape that is water energy, and help bring that child into a feeling of safety and security. You're okay. Everything is going to be okay. I love you. I've got you. I'm going to protect you. I'm not going to let the huntsman have at you. I'm going to watch over you and make sure that your divine sacred body is protected while we're in this energy of putting things back into alignment and seeing ourselves as the powerful being that we truly are. So a lot of reparenting might be going on right now. And that is part of the process. We have to reparent ourselves and love ourselves through all of the difficult losses and lessons and pain and the suffering. We said here, the very first card is fated to suffer. So many people who have had a Kundalini are having multiple initiations. One initiation that many is the initiation of escaping from narcissistic abuse and narcissism. So if you are an empath and you are on this, you have probably had some very painful life experiences that you've had to suffer through. And now is the time to lift your child up out of those and travel into safer terrain, somewhere where you can feel protected and safe. Okay, you need to be safe physically, safe mentally, safe emotionally, safe spiritually, safe in the 3D. That's root chakra. That's your numero uno. So travel to safer territory. Next up, let's do shadow and light. Let's throw a little bit of light into the mix because we don't only live in the shadow. We need to balance shadow and light to bring ourselves back in to perfect harmony. So let's see what the shadow and light oracle. Yes, okay. So I'm getting a lot of messages back here that are telling me that darling, you have the power. Yes, I'll see you tonight. I can see that you're in. That's fine. Get in touch with me via email. And we can sort this out, because he doesn't have more power than you have. You do have the power to escape from this situation. It's going to be tricky, perhaps. I don't know the situation, but you know, if you're in a really bad way, let's get this sorted out, okay? And then I can have more details, because going through a chat while I'm doing a live oracle read, it is a little tricky to give you all the information that's coming through, even though a lot of what your issues are talking about are coming through in these cards. So we have next card up 18. So that's 2 18s that we've had. So duplicate numbering, mirroring itself there. And we have forgiveness and grimness coming out. So we can see a woman here kind of has a kind of Day of the Dead vibe. to her, and holding on to some difficult emotions and looking out. And yes, the person that needs to be forgiven is yourself. Okay, if we don't forgive ourselves, and if it's in like this situation where you feel like you've been taken advantage of or something bad has happened to you, and why didn't I see the signs, and I thought the shiny apple was a shiny apple, not a poisoned apple. I thought that the huntsman was a nice guy, and you forgive yourself. Forgive yourself for not seeing what you couldn't see. It wasn't meant for you to see it. If it was designed for you to see it, there would have been a sign on it that said, I'm a poison apple. So forgive yourself for the disillusion that's come along. Yes, once we've had this experience, we can sit in an energy of grimness, an energy of resentment, an energy of hostility for a period of time. And it's okay to feel those things. There is no feeling that's wrong. But in the process of learning to love the fuck out of ourselves and take care of that inner child and that inner woman, that beautiful woman that believed, okay? Believing in something, believing in love, believing in somebody telling you the truth, believing that people are a good person isn't a crime. It isn't a mistake. It isn't a bad thing that you've done. That somebody else took advantage of your innocence and your heart and your belief in goodwill. It's not a failure or fault of your own that somebody has done the dirty on you and tried to take advantage of you. So first, we're going to forgive ourselves. We're going to be very kind and generous and gentle with ourselves. I love this energy because she sees now. You see now. And once you see, you can't unsee. And when you see, there's a grieving process. There's a grieving process that goes along with that is like, oh, I wanted it to be different. I wanted it to be better. I wanted to believe in him. I wanted. And so it's an obscure type of grief, and we need to like release and relax and let go of that and love ourselves through it's not our fault. Okay? Once you see, you can see, and trust me, you'll see it in everybody because you'll be like looking like this. She's got her eyes wide open now. She's like, yeah, lots of revelations. Maybe I believed in you and you turned out to be a schmuck. It's not my fault that you're a schmuck. It's not my fault I couldn't see that you were a schmuck. So I'm going to forgive myself for believing the best in people. Okay? That's why it's an initiation. Yes, because at the end of the initiation, all of a sudden, we don't have rose-colored glasses anymore. Now we're seeing things as they truly are, and we have much more discernment. It's a lesson in discernment. Okay, we are calling in the energies of Yophael, the archangel, that is bringing in some joy. Well, that would be nice with all this dark and doomsday that's happening. A little bit of joyous energy would be great to uplift us. I'm also seeing playfulness and more sacral chakra. Okay, so we have a theme of the chakras that are being worked on right now. We have a theme of the sacral, which is our pleasure center, our sexuality center, putting those things back into balance and alignment. Our joy, our boundaries, all in the sacral area, which is just beneath your belly button. So if you're doing some meditation, place your hands just underneath your belly button on that womb space. And send love and energy into that, because when we get it back into balance, this nice, beautiful orange energy, then we can start to enjoy life again a little bit, okay? And the other chakra that we're working on very much is, well, we've got some heart coming in here, and we've got third eye. Ability to see people for who they truly are. I got my eye on you. I'm watching. The words and the actions aren't adding up. The energy is giving me the heebie-jeebies. I'm out of here. I'm going to take a voyage out of here. I am taking my inner child out of here because she's not safe. And I'm going to protect myself so that I can get back into a place of enjoying some life again. Nice dolphin energy, just jumping through this beautiful, glorious, golden energy. So call in Archangel Yophael. Archangel Yophael, please guide me towards the joy, guide me towards the bliss, help me return to this place that I know exists. And you're going to yo-yo. You're going to yo-yo up into it, and you're going to yo-yo back down. That's where we started from, is yo-yos. Okay, so we've got sunflower skies. I'm feeling oodles of joy right now. I believed in the wrong person here and in the past, and I'm injured. Oh, it doesn't look like oodles of joy with all the crying emojis. I believed that a friendship was deeper than it was, and I got bit and chomped a lesson in discernment all the way indeed. Joy would be nice. Yes. Well, that is what we're learning, okay? On this spiritual awakening, we are learning to identify, our first card in, we are learning to identify the truth of who is presenting us with what. Are they, yes, fairy tale. Oh my God, you're so beautiful. Oh my God, you're so wonderful. Oh my God, you're so nice. I want this to be the way. Maybe they're love bombing the crap out of you with poison apples. Okay? And then we go, oh, wait a second. These apples are making me sick. And so we learn. Learning is not failure. Learning is how we cultivate greater ability to discern. The third eye. I see you. I see you. I'm going on a voyage far, far away from you, and I'm going to go to joy. I don't know why I'm singing that long, but there we go. I will find my joy. I will find my joy. I think that's our affirmation today. I will find my joy. I will find my joy. And you will too. Okay? So that's our affirmation, is we are moving ourselves away from the narcissistic bullshittery and nonsense, and we are moving ourselves into the joy. The sun shall rise anew. We have the card of sacrifice, bull energy coming in, electrical energy in behind. This is like exactly like what Kundalini does. It kind of comes in and goes, and your whole nervous system gets electrocuted. And I talked about this just the other day I love it. There's like this little guy down here that's sending out the electrical energy. And so this bull is standing ready to charge. I like that. But I talked about sacrifice in a video yesterday because when we make these mistakes, when we have these initiations that play out, whether it be with friends, family, a romantic partner, a job that doesn't work, and we're like, oh, I love this job. I'm so excited about this job. And oh, I don't fit here. This job sucks. Oh, I love this friend. This friend is amazing. They're going to be my best friend. We get on so well together. I see them and it's great. And then you start to see that they're serving you poison apples as well. Or a romantic situation. And when you finally get the seeing, okay, so when you see what you need to see and you make the voyage that you need to make, there will be sacrifice involved. And that sacrifice is multifold, okay? So there may be financial tax, okay? I call it the get out of jail tax. And oftentimes you have to get out of jail and pay the tax. That means you don't get the book back that you lent to your friend. That means you don't get the money back that you lent to your brother. That means you don't get to keep the house that you had with your partner. The get out of jail tax can cost you anything from $2 to $200,000, if not more. It can cost you a lot of money to escape from these situations. And so there is a financial element of sacrifice that needs to be made. There also might be a sacrifice in regards to you lose yourself. You lose a piece of yourself that is no longer can exist, because once you become gone through the revelation process and put yourself back into alignment, you're no longer the person that you once were. And you can't ever be that person again, because now you're wiser, smarter, stronger, more able to discern, have greater ability with your intuitions. Now you have big, strong boundaries. Big, strong boundaries. So you sacrifice the old you for the new you. And the new you comes through like a bull going, you want to fuck with me? Ha! Try it. The old you was like, I want to have that apple. It looks really nice. And the new you goes, apple? Oh, I'll show you an apple. Huh? Right? So you sacrifice yourself. You sacrifice people, places, things. There is sacrifices that are made on your awakening journey, and they suck. But you got to suck it up. And accept that is your get out of jail. Would you rather still be who you were in the difficult, dark situation that you are in? Or would you rather be like free and experiencing some joy? So to get to the joy, there's going to be sacrifice. There's going to be an electrical situation of, no, I'm not taking that anymore. Or I quit. Or I'm out. Or this is over. Or block. Sacrifice coming in for us. Next up, I am going into the inner child deck, which makes sense because we're talking about some inner child work that's coming in today. So this is the inner child oracle, which is a brand new oracle and is very tough. Well, I'm spraining my ankle, left cars in the shop this week to purge central. Purge. Well, lots of purging will be happening, so you'll be sacrificing tears as well. That's part of the process. Part of the process. And yes, when we have injuries, it's because Spirit wants you to stay still. So everything happens for a reason. Absolutely everything. I can remember Spirit kept telling me, I need you to rest. And I was like, yeah, okay, I'll rest right after I do this. And I'll rest right after I do that. I think I'd like to take up running. And Spirit said, no, here, have a broken toe. And then I couldn't run anymore. And then I'm like, okay, I gotcha, rest. I get the message. So now when I'm tired and I'm like, okay, it's been days since I've been in bed. Seriously, can we do something? And Spirit's like, no. When you feel the impulse to do something, you will get the message. Until then, rest. So the Spirit is telling you to rest. You've got a broken ankle, rest. That's your mission. How long can you rest? Elevate that ankle, put it up, take care of yourself, mother yourself like you should have been mothered the first time around, and be like, I need something nice. I'm going to take care of this. Cater to the ankle. Our ankles are our supports. Okay, so when our ankles are out of whack, that means that our foot chakra is out of whack. And when our foot chakra is out of whack, it means that we're not in alignment and grounded into the earth. So rest it up and sit and do all your healing work as you're resting. The card that we have come up is a time to remember. Card number 1. Look back at your childhood. So more inner child stuff is surfacing, and we've got a kind of dreamy little landscape. My childhood didn't look like that. But see, some sparkles and it almost looks like this corner is like this house is kind of burning to the ground. So when we look back at our idealized version of our childhood, in our spiritual awakenings, because idealized versions no longer exist. The spiritual awakening comes along and says, a lot of people, I laugh because a lot of people say, I had a great childhood. I have no trauma. And I'm like, yeah, right. And why is it that you're posting on Facebook silly little memes like, I used to get spanked and nothing's wrong with me? Which shows a complete lack of compassion and empathy for other people who have experienced abuse. And no, nothing's wrong with you. Oh, that 2-4 of alcohol that you just picked up, That's 24 beers in Canada. I don't know if you guys use the same slang. And what about that? And what about the 200 extra pounds you're carrying as you're shoving extra food in your mouth? You're sure you're fine? So we like to tell ourselves the fairy tale, again, the fairy tales. We like to tell ourselves a fairy tale that our life, our childhood's lovely. It's fine. Nothing was wrong. Nothing. And what a spiritual awakening does is it comes along and says, okay, that's out of alignment with the truth. It's time to burn to the ground some of the denial, the delusion, the illusions, the bullshittery, and face facts and face reality and say, you know, my inner child actually was really, really hurt when my mom or dad stood in front of me raging at me, or I was really alone and isolated when I was sent to my room and not allowed to talk. I really struggled as a child when I wasn't allowed to communicate my emotions or my rage about something. I wasn't allowed to be angry. I was told that I had to be happy all the time. I was told that children were meant to be seen and not heard. So I was sent to my room and you know, I only had a couple Barbies to play with and they were nice, but I really, really wanted my mom's attention. But she was too busy, or she was too drunk. So let's take a hard look at the illusion that was our childhood and start dealing with the reality, that the trauma that has, and let's burn the illusion to the ground and come back into alignment and say, it's okay. You know, we're going to reparent that place, and it's okay that you were upset. It's okay that you felt lonely. It's okay. You're allowed to cry now. You're allowed to get angry now. I'm going to let you get angry. You weren't allowed to get angry as a little child, but I'm going to let you get angry now. I'm going to hold space for you in your anger now, and it's safe for you to be angry now. I'm going to let you have the experiences that you weren't allowed to have. I'm going to validate you and not seek external validation. I'm going to validate you with no matter what feeling you're feeling. I'm going to tell you that it's okay to have any feeling, that you don't have to just put up and shut up, that you don't have to be happy all the time, that you don't have to show up for people in certain energy, that you're allowed to withdraw, to pull yourself away into somewhere safe and say, you know what, I'm discerning that this is a no for me. And I'm going to walk away from this, and good luck to you, peace out. But I'm going to go take care of my own needs because I'm on a mission of finding joy, and I ain't going to find it with you. So I'm going to take my little inner child, and I'm going to bring my inner child to places where she's safe, she's secure, she's validated, she's not manipulated. I say she, but you know, he works as well. There is no gaslighting. I did on my thing a post, red flags, green flags. Go look at red flags, green flags, because all of those will help you validate your inner child's needs, because they're as valid today as they were 40 years ago, or 30 years ago, 20 years ago, however many years ago, 60 years ago, doesn't matter. Validate the inner child's experiences for what they truly were, not for what you deluded yourself them to be. Next up, I'm going to hop into the Twin Flame Oracle. More messages that I can keep up with. I will try to read those as I'm... Oh, 2 fell out, so we'll take 2. Okay, so we have... we believe that the friendship was deeper than it was, and now we're learning a lesson of discernment. I said that one already. Here we go. Childhood was lonely, and I never wanted for anything financially, but wanted for things emotionally. Yes, emotional neglect is as powerful as, you know, just because you have a fancy house, you might have all of your needs taken care of or not taken care of, doesn't mean you have all of your emotional needs. We're more than just our 3D world, okay? Yes, physical needs are your base needs. After your base needs are your emotional needs. And if you're not allowed to emote and you're told that your emotions are wrong, or you're being too sensitive, or you're gaslit, you're not being nurtured in the way that you need to be nurtured to grow up to be a functioning human, because all functioning humans allow themselves emotions, which is why there are no functioning humans on the planet, because nobody was allowed to emote. So there's been a war on emotions for a long time. Please check out my emotions playlist. It will help facilitate learning how to emote again. And then on top of that, we have mental needs. We have to be stimulated and have a conversation and be challenged. You know, if you're ignored all the time and left to do things on your own, a lot of your own mental, psychological processes might lead to cognitive dissonance in believing that everything's going to end in doomsday. This is where cognitive behavioral therapy comes in, very useful. And then learning those cognitive distortions. And then we have spiritual needs. You also have spiritual needs. So, and maybe those were used against you. You know, when somebody forces a certain religion down your throat and tells you this is the way and the only way, that's not meeting your needs. That's dictating to you what somebody else believes about something. Or maybe you were denied access, like myself. I was denied access to anything form of spirituality. So that also debilitated my growth. So needs are on every single realm. And so we need to reparent ourselves. Reparent ourselves, forgive ourselves and love ourselves for all the stuff that we didn't receive. So that we can move forward and get rid of the illusions and move forward into more energy of joy. Funny. So we have first up 6 beyond illusion, which ties in exactly, it's a mirror image here, so it ties in and is a confirmation that we need to change our perception. I love this. Look at the third eye. The eye right in the center. We're seeing things as they truly are. The illusion, the veils of illusion are crumbling all around us. We're no longer pretending that everything was hunky-dory when it's not. We're no longer accepting things that are borderline abusive or even outright abusive, because we are expanding our consciousness. Next up, we have card number 10 energy, which is the High Priestess coming in, which is the ability to stand in one's personal power and use our level of discernment, our healing ability. Heal thyself. Above her head, we have an Ankh, okay, the ancient Egyptian symbol for healing. And we have, I don't know what that is. It kind of looks like a timer, like a sand timer. What are those called? I'm not sure. It's like time's up. Basically, time is up. We are grounding ourselves, and we've got this beautiful energy coming in that says, yeah, no, I'm strong. And I love how around her is just a shroud of like peacock feathers with all these eyes, even though they're white. They're like divine. It's like I'm all seeing. I'm all seeing. I'm all knowing. I know the right way forward for myself, and I can sit in a meditative place and be in peace. And that's where we're going to find some of that joy. I like her a lot. She is beautiful. She is emanating radiance. If anybody has wants an individual card pulled for them, shout it out into the chat right now, and I will pull a card for you and see what comes up from one of my other decks. I've pulled as many as I can. We have, I'm still very angry about not getting my emotional nurturing. Yes, so anger is a wonderful emotion. It's such a fantastic emotion. It's an emotion that more and more people should learn how to have anger. Okay, why anger has a bad rap is because it's the reaction that comes from the anger. Okay, those are two different things. We need to stop looking at I am angry as a doing as opposed to I am angry as a feeling. When you can sit in the anger and say I am feeling the anger, then write some hate mail to express it. Don't send it, but write some hate mail to say all of the things that you want to say to that individual person, and then get a bucket and burn it in your backyard. All the fire safety precautions, please. Put on some heavy rock music and dance it out. Have a one-person mosh pit in your bedroom or your living room and release some of the anger. There is nothing wrong with anger. There's something wrong with how you use the anger. If your anger is reactionary, but responding from anger and utilizing anger to empower you. Anger is fire energy, solar plexus. Anger says, no, I'm not going to take it anymore. I'm going to erect some boundaries. This is not acceptable. I deserve more than this. I am a divine being of light. I am a high priestess. And I see beyond the illusions of the nonsense that you're feeding me, and I'm not taking it anymore. So anger is a beautiful energy. I like to look at it like when you take fire and you use fire for good, you get light, you get heat, you get a warm cabin to be in, you get beautiful things from fire. Obviously, you don't want the cabin to burn down, but if you contain the anger and utilize it in productive ways, you can have miraculous things. It is when people are angry that they say, let's have a protest and not take this anymore. It's when people are angry that they recognize and use their discernment that says, anger says something is out of alignment with my divinity. Anger says, I will not take it anymore. So Sunflower Skies would like a card pulled for them, and I feel like pulling for you from the chakra deck. Okay, so we're going to pull something for you from the chakra insight deck. Sorry, I put all my decks away into their boxes so that I could keep track of them and they wouldn't get dusty and dirty. So, release the rage. Release the rage. There's something very sacred and beautiful about rage. There's something absolutely beautiful if it is directed in the right way. You know, I wish I had a fire pit in my backyard. I don't have space for one of those, but you know, it'd be lovely to just dance wildly, freely around a fire. Funny story, true story. I threw my wedding album in a bucket, doused it with a whole bunch of fire burner stuff, and that thing went up in flame. That was nice. I danced around that, but I felt fantastic doing it. It was all lies. Why am I holding on to a picture of lies? The illusions are gone. I've gone beyond the illusions. I now see the poison apple for the poison. Ooh, we have relationships is the card for you. And we also have more sacral energy coming in. So card number 9 is bringing up the questions of intimacy versus freedom, acceptance and trust. So first thing is we need to accept ourselves as who we truly genuinely are. And we need to trust in our own discernment, our own abilities, our own sense of strength, our own sense of justice, our own sense of ethics, our own belief in self. Trust. Believe in self, and then you can cultivate greater degrees of intimacy with other people when you have a greater degree of intimacy with yourself. So first, that needs to be cultivated. Otherwise, what you might be finding is you're holding on to cold situations. And I say cold because the picture here is like two hands holding hands. And this set of hands over here is all blue. It's like their hand was dipped into cold water. So you may be reaching out to people going, be close with me, be intimate with me, be honest with me, share with me. But if all you're getting back is coldness, is avoidance, is nonsense, that's not your correct relationship. That is not the relationship for you. So pull yourself away until you're getting reciprocal energy coming back to you, a balanced degree of warmth, kindness, care. Check out the red flags, green flags list that I made the other day, and look at what green flags in relationships are. Because you shouldn't settle for anything that's not in those green flags. And I mean all of them. All of the green flags should be there. You shouldn't be like, oh, well, there's 3 red flags, but there's 14 green ones. So I'm going to settle for that. No. Look at all the green flags and put it on your wall. And unless they've met all of them, they fail. It's not a negotiation on I'm gonna be with somebody and have a relationship with somebody that sometimes yells at me or is kind of emotionally absent, is unavailable, is not 100% trustworthy. No. For there to be true intimacy in a relationship, there needs to be all of those qualifiers. Every single last one of them. I'm going to read that list so that you know it and remember it. Yes, that's what I'm going to do. Get out of favorites. Hold on. Photos. Are you ready? Here we go. Okay. The type of relationships that we are now looking up for now that we're upgraded versions of ourselves and we're in alignment and we've done the shadow work and we've done the inner child work and we've made the sacrifices needed to make space for people is we want individuals with good communication skills. What are good communication skills? You want somebody who is direct, assertive, calm, brave, mature, concise, transparent, truthful, thoughtful, positive reinforcement, uplifting, respectful, and balanced listening and talking. Okay, there's a check mark if they can live up to that. We also want concern for the well-being of others. How are they around others? Are they not so concerned with humanity as a whole? That's a big red flag. Gentle, empathic, have healthy boundaries, takes ownership, is accountable, action-oriented with problem-solving skills, present, emotionally regulated. That means they have emotions. That doesn't mean they repress emotions. Emotional regulation means I am free to express my emotions, and it's okay to be angry. It's okay to be sad. It's okay to cry. It's okay to release. What's not okay is to be reactionary because of the emotions. So, emotionally regulated. In other words, they're in touch with their emotions. Their actions match their words. Because where we started from, you'll remember in card number 25, fated to suffer. You will suffer if you believe somebody's words, but their actions don't match. Here, have this delicious apple that I'm serving you. I'm wonderful. I care about you. You're important to me. And then meanwhile, you're like, why did they stop texting me? Where did they go? What's happening? I don't understand. That's not words and actions matching. That's manipulation. Consistent. Are they consistent in their presence? Caring, validating, stable, community-minded, peaceful, trustworthy, responsible. Sacred sexuality. Are they out chasing around every other piece of tail, or they value your own sacred divine feminine sexuality? Are they loyal? Are they faithful? Do they have integrity? Are they balanced? Are they conscious? Are they aware? Are they inclusive? Are they honorable? Are they ethical? Are they moral? Are they open? Are they soul-focused, or are they heart-centric? Are they self-aware? Are they compassionate? Are they supportive? Are they kind? Are they safe? Are they safe? I leave you with, are they safe? Are they safe for your inner child? Are they safe for your divine feminine? Are they safe for your soul? Do you see them for who they truly are? Or are they revealing themselves bit by bit to be not those things? Forgive yourself if you got fooled, because some of these things they were and some of these things they weren't. That was our old version. Now we're upping to a new version of ourselves where we're allowing ourselves to make sacrificing our old self to our new self. And that may require sacrificing some money, stability, location, job, so that we get to a place where we can finally be treated like the diamond that we are, the unique, beautiful, 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 beautiful diamond. You are a diamond. Go watch the video I did on learn to love the fuck out of yourself. Mission complete. And listen to the story about the diamond, because you too are a beautiful, rare, unique, fabulous jewel. And you should be in a plexiglass container with all the velvet little ropes wrapped around you, and a security guard standing by with a moat around you, with maybe alligators in the moat, some elves on the roofs with bow and arrows should any huntsman try to come your way, and a dragon. You should always have a pet dragon. Because dragons know how to use fire energy, and we like our fire energy so that we can burn down the illusions of what is pure bullshittery, and the gaslighting and the games and the manipulation and the lies and the love bombing and all the rest of it that's on that red flag list, right? So we're burning all the illusions down, so our relationships moving forward are going to be balanced and reciprocal and joy-filled. Relationships should have joy in them. If they're not joy-filled, if they're not bliss, if they're not honoring you like that, then that's a hard no. So that's what we're doing. Anyone else for... we have autistic relationships. Well, I am autistic, and yes, I would agree with you until you meet other autistic people, and then it's like meeting Soul Tribe, and you're like, whoa, you totally understand me and you get me, but you need to sacrifice your old way of being and get into a community. So that may be in this awakening process a period of time where you're hermiting and on your own, learning your own value, learning your own sacredness, learning your own. So when we walk away from dysfunctional relationships, we need a period of time in between where we have a relationship with ourselves. I subscribe to and very much believe in, if you are escaping from any narcissistic energies, friends, family, romantic or otherwise, 1 year. 1 year minimum. 1 year minimum to sacrifice everything that is inside of you that drew that attention energy, so that you're going to become stable, secure, on your own. 1 year on your own, so that the next time you step into a relationship, you don't attract the same energy. Right? 1 year of self-healing, 1 year of self-love, 1 year of self-forgiveness, 1 year of going on voyages by yourself, 1 year of finding your own joy in you without the need of anyone outside of you. 1 year. 1 year, because you're a priestess. You're a priestess. Yeah, you no longer settle for the rest of the stuff. So that is our read today, everybody. I'm sending you all my absolute love. Please reach out if you're wanting to book a private one-on-one oracle read with me. Those are half an hour in length for a personal read, and I do it on camera with you. And all my services are by donation. I will send you the link. Send me off an email. Let me know that it's what you are looking for is an oracle read. Otherwise, if you are looking for a counseling course, a counseling session, an hour of intuitive counseling with me and spiritual and guidance to help you heal, I book by 1 hour, 2 hour, or 3 hour now. If you're wanting to do deep dive into the shadow work and you're wanting to sit deep into it for 3 hours and really go, we can do the deep dive in. And that is available to all of you as well. If you, where I started from, you want to join the Spiritual Warrior Support Group over on Facebook, the link to that is in my description. And to those people that are in the Spiritual Warrior Support Group over on Facebook, you and just you, nobody else, you group will have access. It won't be posted on YouTube. It won't be posted anywhere else, but you will have access to my new weekly Zoom meeting for all spiritual warriors. So Spiritual Warrior Support Group online Zoom meeting, the world's longest title in the world. You can join Sundays at 3 p.m., which is just before my oracle reads. That's Eastern Standard Time. And join the group to discuss any concerns and issues that you are experiencing on your awakening path, dealing with narcissistic energies, dealing with physical stuff, dealing with your own sexuality, dealing with getting into alignment with soul, dealing with revelations that have come in and blown your mind, dealing with inner child work, dealing with self-forgiveness, dealing with some of the sacrifices that you've had to make, dealing with connecting to the angelic realm and trying to cultivate joy, or learning to accept and be in the energies that aren't joy, because we're not high vibes only. We are all vibes. All vibes are authentic. We're authentic vibes, which means I'm allowing myself to be sad. I'm allowing myself to be angry. I'm allowing myself to remember the way that I wish it was versus the way that it was, and grieve the losses of my inner child wounds, and to help myself heal. Because I'm ripping down illusions left, right, and center, and I'm standing in my personal power of the High Priestess, so that any relationships I have moving forward are going to be balanced, reciprocal, divine, sacred. Thank you very much for all the likes, the shares, the subscriptions, the supers, the donations. Seriously, I really, really appreciate every little bit of contribution. Every little bit helps. It's a process. It's moving us along. So with that all said, peace out, everybody. Let's see if I can find the off